We are wrestling.
Welcome everyone to IWC Annihilation Preview Show. I'm Hollywood Tony B, the voice of the IWC. What a great pay-per-view we have for you tonight. Let's get into all the action. Before the pay-per-view begins, we have that big special event, Armageddon Championship Pre-Show. That is the newest hardcore title in the IWC, voted on by you, the user, on WeAreWrestling.net. In this match, we will see that's going to be a great match, and it's going to feature more than a dozen of your favorites from the IWC. First up on the night, we're going to have the Women's Championship. That's Cindy Lynn Summers versus Mrs. Ambrose. Now, this match was supposed to be Cindy Lynn Summers versus Diva 316 after Diva 316 wins that number one contender shot for the Women's Championship. However, last week on Monday Mayhem, the ZWO decided to take out the Tiger and, of course, Diva 316. And therefore, there was a match that night, and of course Pocahontas and Mrs. Ambrose wrestled, and Mrs. Ambrose beat Pocahontas to take on Cindy Lynn Summers, the first ever Women's Champion in the IWC. Mrs. Ambrose has a big hill to climb. Cindy Lynn Summers in league with the ZWO. This match is going to be great, and it takes place right here on the IWC 7 Annihilation pay-per-view. Don't forget, there's that big triple threat Booker battle. Minister of Sinister will take on Jamari, and Johnson P. Derrywickle, lawyer for the board of directors of the IWC. Minister of Sinister and Jamari have been battling over the Booker position since the beginning of the IWC. The Booker position is vacant as last pay-per-view at IWC 6 ZWO Conversion, J.P. Derrywickle was supposed to be the special referee in Minister of Sinister and Jamari's match. Johnson P. Derrywickle refused to call the match down the middle, and therefore the anonymous Raw General Manager, being very fastidious, found a loophole and decided that it was in the best interest of the entire IWC that Johnson P. Derrywickle not only participate in the match, but actually wrestle as well. So that is why we are going to see Minister of Sinister versus Jamari versus Johnson P. Derrywickle for the Booker battle. One of these men will be head Booker. Which one is it going to be? Stay tuned to IWC 7 Annihilation for more. There is also a big no-holds-barred Legends Championship match. This takes place between Holy Puma and Wrath of a Warchild. These two with a ton of history. Wrath coming back, Wrath costing Puma, Wrath interfering in Puma's matches in recent weeks. The Wolfpack reformed a couple weeks ago on the IWC Live. Wrath and Puma, both part of the Wolfpack, both there together all of a sudden, but which one of them will come out with the Legends Championship? We'll definitely have to keep an eye on this one. And that all takes place tonight on the IWC 7 Annihilation pay-per-view. We also have a triple threat ladder match for the IC Championship. This match started out Double L versus Eric V. Veris. The Burying God, a newcomer, won a fatal four-way in a cage to get this shot. Eric V. Veris decided that he wanted to beat a tag team competitor, and so he gave up his IC Championship, and now we are awaiting the announcement of who is going to be the mysterious third man in this triple threat ladder match for the IC Championship. Double L, Burying God, who is it going to be? You're going to have to find out tonight live on IWC 7 Annihilation pay-per-view, available on WeAreWrestling.net or TGTSradio.com. Also have a big tag team tables match, the Emperors of the Universe versus Team BO-lEVEa. The Emperors of the Universe winning the tag team titles from the ZWO's Chuck and Jack, and at the rematch retained. Who were they gonna face? Well, TJ and Clyde forming a team out of nowhere, and that big tag team number one contenders match last week on the IWC Live was won by Team BO-lEVEa. and they have a one-way ticket right to IWC 7 Annihilation Pay-Per-View, where they take on the Emperors of the Universe for the IWC Tag Team titles in a tables match. In a match that I'm most excited of, we have a classic Survivor Series style 5-on-5 match, a battle for the supremacy of the IWC. Team IWC will be led by the anonymous Raw General Manager, and on his team, a crack bunch of newcomers, a crack bunch of great acquisitions into the IWC. We have the MN Deadpool and Brad 17. He's joined by Red Sox 239, T.Y. Fringe, and of course, we the people, Crack Zombie and Alameda Casino. He's going to take on the ZWO, led by the mastermind of the ZWO, Jersey James. Jersey James turning his back on the IWC, revealing himself to be the mastermind, and he's put together a team that I think is one of the best I've ever seen. He's got Jack and Scandal, of course. He left the MNW for the ZWO. Steve Gutenberg joining the ZWO, and of course the New York Cali Connection, the newest tag team to join the ZWO. Joining the ZWO on Monday Mayhem, Eric B. Barris, and of course Mr. Ideal. The ZWO is stacked. Team IWC is stacked. One of these teams is going to win, and one of these teams is going to represent the IWC. Which one is it going to be? Tune in and find out. IWC 7 Annihilation Pay-Per-View. That's going to take place tonight. WeAreWrestling.net. WeAreWrestling.net. Go there for the viewing party. You're not going to be sorry. And of course, who could forget about the big main event of the evening? It's the rematch we've all been waiting for. The IWC Championship match will be decided in a steel cage, and it will contain the ZWO's very own Captain Random, and of course, the one in 387-1, JD from Pittsburgh, your champion. JD from Pittsburgh beating Captain Random at pay-per-view, breaking 387-0, the streak heard around the world, the longest streak in the history of professional wrestling. JD getting the championship, breaking the streak. Captain Random was not ready. I guarantee you this time he's not going to take JD from Pittsburgh that lightly. That all happens here tonight. IWC 7 Annihilation Pay-Per-View. WeAreWrestling.net Pay-Per-View. That's going to take place tonight. WeAreWrestling.net. WeAreWrestling.net. Go there for the viewing party. You're not going to be sorry. Jamari, be there.